All right, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to say
Kal halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem
Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Salutations to the elect pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This video is going to be on the curses and the blessings, of Israel, right? So we'll start off with Deuteronomy 11 and 26.
Deuteronomy 11 and 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your power, which I command you this day, and a curse if ye will not obey the commandments of the Lord your power, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day.
That's right.
To go after gods which ye have not known.
That's right. Go after gods which we have not known, because our first love, so to speak, was the Most High, Yahweh. Right, so our people nowadays go after all these other vain gods, which really are gods that they created, and they have nothing to do with the Most High. So, like the brother read, Moses said he had put before us blessings and curses. If you listen to the Most High, there'll be blessings. If you don't listen to the Most High, there'll be curses. Straightforward. What verse is that?
That was verse 12.
Verse 12?
Well, Salakia, that was verse 28.
28? Okay, bet. Now it gets Sirach 15 and 11. Yeah, verse 11, and then read to 20.
Say not thou, it is Lord, wow, Slakia. It is through the Lord that I fell away. For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hateth.
That's right. So it says, saying it's not through the Yahweh that you fall away, because you ought to know not to do the things that he hateth, right? Go ahead.
Say not thou, he hate curse, he Slakia. He hath caused me to err, for he hath no need of the sinful man.
That's right. Go ahead.
The Lord Yahweh hateth all abomination, and they that fear Yahweh love it not.
That's right. When you go off, you have to understand, when you don't obey the commandments, you know, even though we know, if you don't already know, you'll know now that the Most High controls everything. But yeah, yes, the Most High controls everything. But why would the Most High make you go off on things that he hates? You have to think about that. So it's not through the Most High that you went off, but yet through your own lust. Right? Because the Most High, you're only ever going to go off according to what you've been desiring from time. It doesn't just come out of nowhere. Right? Go ahead.
He himself made man from the beginning, and left him in the hand of his counsel.
He himself made man from the beginning and left man in the hands of his own counsel, right? But the Most High gave Israel laws, statutes, and commandments. So technically the Most High left us in his own counsel, right? But all the other nations, they do what they want to do. That's their own counsel. Go ahead.
If thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness, he hath set fire and water before thee. Stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt.
Exactly. He has set before you fire and water. That's that red pill, blue pill in the Matrix, right? The red pill, and he said to him, you know what? What did Morpheus say? He said, here's the red pill. Choose the red pill, and I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Choose the blue pill, and you can go back in the Matrix. It really should be the other way around. Right? Because water is what cleanses you. Fire is what destroys you. You know what I mean? So really, to bring it back to the scriptures is, well, do you want to come? If you want to come to the truth, we'll show you how wicked this world really is. You'll start to learn the mysteries, and then you'll start to understand the mysteries of the Most High, understand the commandments of the Most High, right? Learn your heritage, and he'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. But if you deny the truth, well, you just go right back into the world. right? Go ahead.
Before man is life and death, and whether him liketh shall be given him.
That's right. So whatever you choose will be given to you. Right? You choose to not listen to the scriptures and disobey the commandments of the Most High. Well, you'll get curses, and a part of those curses is death. As you can see, everything that we went through as a nation, all up till from the slave trade, all up to now. Well, just recently, that Jake was jogging and he got shot. Like you know, he had two Edomites who just saw him, feared for his life, for their life, so called, and shot him.
But this is the curses.
Exactly.
Because Most High says he's gonna use his sword to punish us.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Verse 18. For the wisdom of the Lord is great, and he is mighty in power, and beholdeth all things. And his eyes are upon them that fear him, and he knoweth every work of man.
That's right.
He hath commanded no man to do wickedly,
Exactly. It's straightforward. Go ahead.
neither hath he given any man license to sin.
That's right. So you can't blame the Most High for you going off. Listen, man, when you come into this truth, a very important characteristic is self-accountability. If you cannot hold yourself accountable, you're gonna fall off. You're gonna start to become blind because you won't. When you can't hold yourself accountable, you won't be able to see your own mistakes.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
That's very dangerous in this truth. There's been men who came into this truth and didn't hold themselves accountable, and because they didn't hold themselves accountable, all that their sins started piling up until they became too heavy for them to handle or control, and then they fell out. You need to be honest with yourself when it comes to this truth. That's why it's called the truth. If you can't be honest with yourself, then you need to dive into the scriptures then.
Yeah.
Really, because the scriptures are always going to be honest with you whether you like it or not. And that's why the scriptures are here. They're for us so that we can know how to conduct ourselves in a righteous manner in this wicked world. And not have these curses befall upon us so that we die. That's why the Most High said, like, you have life or death before you. Whichever one you want will be given to you. Right? What verse is that?
That was 20.
Okay, now go to Exodus 19 and 7.
Exodus 19 and 7. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken we will do.
That's right.
And
Go
Moses
ahead.
returned the words of the people unto the Lord. And the Lord, we're going to go.
No, yeah. What verse are you at?
This is verse 9.
Okay, keep going.
And the Lord said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee,
Which is a chariot.
and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto the Lord. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes.
That's right. The reason why the Most High told Moses to do that, because as a brother read earlier, you know, Moses brought the laws down to Israel when we were in the wilderness, and we read all the rules of this contract. That's basically what the covenant is. It's a contract. Most High saved us out of Egypt, brought us into the wilderness, and said, okay, I've saved you out of Egypt. I've showed you my power. I've proven myself, so to speak. He doesn't really need to do that. But he did it for our sake so we can have faith. It's a merciful power, man. And he brought us into Egypt, and he's like, okay, now if you guys want to be my people, you're gonna have to obey these rules of the contract. And as a people, we obeyed them, and as a people, we said we will do. Moses returned that answer to the Most High, and now we're getting ready to clean ourselves to finalize that contract. So you can see that the Most High has been dealing with Israel from the very beginning, right? Now get Genesis 17 and 7. Now we're going to show you that even before Israel was called Israel, the Most High was still dealing with Israel. Right? Because this is about the blessings and the curses of this contract that we have with the Most High. Right?
Genesis 17:7. And I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generations for an everlasting covenant.
That's right. So when you look up the word covenant, it means an agreement, a contract, right? And he's talking to Abraham, if I'm not mistaken, right? In this one?
Yes.
Yes. So he's talking to Abraham. So read that one more time.
And I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in their generations for an everlasting covenant.
Everlasting agreement. So it doesn't matter what anybody says. The Most High says, I am the Lord and I change not. I'm the same today, yesterday, and forever.
Yeah, he's not an author of confusion.
Exactly. So you can't, it doesn't make sense to say that other people can be brought into this now. Where does it say in the scriptures that other people can be brought into the contract? If it says Gentiles, you're not looking up your words. Because there's two kind of Gentiles. There's actual heathens, and then the Israelites, foreigners who didn't know they were Israelites. Right? But he started, this is before Israel was called Israel, and he started with Abraham. Go ahead.
To be a power unto thee and to thy seed after thee.
That's right. So the Most High is our power, man. That's our God. But yet Israel decides to go serve other gods, which can't do shit for them.
Yeah, because Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, so.
Yeah, Khan. Khan. Go ahead.
And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan for an everlasting possession.
Yo, and on top of this contract, see, this is part of the blessings of the contract. We're going to get our own land, our own home as a nation, which right now is infested with gutter rats.
Yep.
Right?
Khazars.
They're not the real Jews. But that land, Israel, is supposed to be our land, and we're going to get it back. Once the Most High rains down these missiles, nuclear missiles, to, purify that place, because you got a bunch of abominations happening over there.
Yeah, everything needs to be burned down.
Everything. They got, Pink City in there, which is literally a city for homosexuality.
I didn't even know about that till recently. I didn't even know that was going on over there.
Isn't that messed up?
I thought it was just in Babylon. I did like America. I didn't know it was over there too. That's crazy.
And it's in the Holy Land. And you're supposed to be the holy people of Israel, or of the Most High. But yet they have a land called Pink City where a bunch of madness and abomination is happening. Listen, the truth is out there, man. Like, you can't deny this. You guys are not the real Jews, man. And it's going to be found out. It's going to be found out. You're not the real Jews.
Well, they know they're not the real Jews. That's why they call themselves Jewish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Khan.
And I will be their power.
Verse 10?
That was verse 8.
Okay.
And Yahweh said unto Abram, which is Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generations.
Now, Abraham had more than one son, so which seed is he talking about, though? Right? Go ahead.
This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you, and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised.
All right, and that's a part of the covenant.
And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant between me and you.
That's right. So that's basically, circumcising yourself.
Yeah. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you, every man child in your generations. He that is born in the house or bought with money or money of any stranger, so means slaves.
What verse is this?
This is verse 12.
Okay, that's
it.
Yeah,
okay.
Go to verse 20 and read the 21.
Okay.
Oh, you got highlighted.
And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him.
That's right, because Abraham had more than one seed, had more than one child, and the Most High said, I'm going to establish this covenant through you and your seed. But he had more than one seed. So Ishmael was one of the sons that the Most High had, which today Ishmael is the Arabs. The Arabian people, those are the Ishmaelites, okay?
And you can see they're blessed. Look at the way they're living.
Yeah.
Right.
Dubai,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of money for them there.
I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget.
And then you can look that up for yourselves on Google. There's 12 princes of Dubai, right?
And I
That's
will,
how you know Dubai is that blessing, a part of that blessing.
and I will make him a great nation, but my covenant will I establish with Isaac.
Exactly. So he's like, yeah, you know, I hear about your son that you're talking about, and you know, I'm gonna give him his blessing. I'm gonna give him his blessing. But this agreement that I talked about, me being the power of your seed and you, is gonna be with your son Isaac. Okay? And if you can receive it, Isaac is Yahweh Shai in the reincarnation. If you can receive it.
Which Sarah shall bear unto thee at this set time in the next year. And he left off talking with him, and Yahweh went up from Abraham.
Okay, Khan. Now, we're gonna go to. So now we know before Israel there was already a covenant. Before Israel was Israel, go to Genesis 35 and 9. Before Israel was Israel, there was already a covenant established. Okay, with Abraham. And now we're gonna, and then it was Abraham, and then it's gonna be pushed down through Isaac, right? And now we're gonna know who's next after Isaac. Okay, you're gonna see the lineage of the Most High kept the covenant with, showing you again or proving again he doesn't change. He has been sticking with Israel since, well, before Israel was called Israel. Go ahead.
Genesis 35 and 9. And Yahweh appeared unto Jacob again, when he came out of Padanaram, and blessed him. And Yahweh said unto him, Thy name is Jacob, thy name shall not be Jacob anymore. It's like it. Thy name shall not be called anymore Jacob,
Yeah.
but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel.
So now we have the beginning of Israel. We got the covenant through Abraham. Yeah, it's snowing.
Yeah.
We're in May. We're in May.
It's Most High's just playing around with everybody.
It started with Abraham, on down to Isaac, and now he's blessing Jacob, and he's calling him Israel. Okay, now there's more that's going to be said. Go ahead.
And Yahweh said unto him, I am Yahweh Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins.
That's right. That's what we are, man. We're kings. Soon to be judges of the world, starting with the elect.
Lord willing.
Lord willing. Lord willing. Go ahead.
And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee will I give the land.
So read that part again.
And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac,
So the land that we read about earlier, which is being Israel.
to thee I will give it.
Okay, so now you're going to be a part of this covenant now. Right? So that's three fathers. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Go ahead.
And to thy seed after thee will I give the land.
That's right. And what verse is that?
That was 12.
Okay, you're going to go to 13.
And Yahweh went up from him in the place where he talked with him.
And see, Abraham, and it said with his seed. So Jacob, his seed ended up being the 12 sons. He had 12 sons. He ended up having 12 sons, right? And those 12 sons, being Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, and so on, they represent Israel, all of Israel. That's why his name was called Israel. But you see, the covenant was already established with Israel before they were even called Israel. So the Most High has been looking out for us, right? So he's been dealing only with Israel. Now go to Exodus 24 and 3.
Exodus 24 and 3. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord, and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice, and said, all the words which the Lord has said will we do.
Okay, so they consented to the contract. So, the Most High is very, very strategic. He started with Abraham, went down to Isaac, down to Jacob, and then went out of Jacob came Israel, and then he established the same covenant with with Israel. So it's like putting like 7 seals on a covenant, just to make sure it sticks with the right people. Right? Go ahead.
And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early in the morning, and builded an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings, and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord. And Moses took half of the blood, and put it in the basins, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant, and read in the audience of the people.
Which is the scriptures. The book of the covenant is the scriptures.
And they said, all that the Lord hath said will we do.
That's right. So he took the book of the covenant, which had all the laws, and there's 613 laws, and he read through all of them. And Israel, as a nation, we agreed to every single one of them, right?
And be obedient.
Exactly, key word. Which, hey man, 2/3 of Israel is disobedient,
Rebellious house.
rebellious house, stiff-necked, hard-headed. That's why we have these curses. You know, it's very straightforward, man. We said we were gonna be obedient and we were disobedient, so now we're living out these curses.
Yeah, it's just like you have a kid, he acts up, you're gonna punish him.
Yep. Yep.
It's just very simple.
Yep.
And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, "Behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord have made with you concerning all these words."
So that's the seal.
That was verse 8.
That was verse 8. Okay, now go Deuteronomy 28:1.
Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day,
That's right.
that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all the nations of the earth.
Con. So now look at the word diligently. Because the Most High said through Moses, okay, so now if you listen to all these rules and covenants and you obey these laws, I'm gonna put you above every nation on the planet. You know? And that's the thing. Like right now, we're on the bottom. We're not above anybody. We're on the bottom. But we're on the bottom because we disobeyed the Most High. Right? So you got that?
Yeah. You want me
definition?
to, so they can hear it?
Yeah, sure.
Strong's H 8085. Shammah.
And that's an improper saying of it though.
Shammah.
Okay, so to hear, listen to, obey, to hear with attention or interest, listen to understand, give heed, to consent, agree, to grant requests, yield to obey, be obedient.
That's right. Now,
It's pretty much the same thing.
yeah. So, was that just the whole verse? Read that verse again.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken
Get
diligently.
the etymology on it too, actually, because it might say something different for diligent. Right? Because the reason why I'm getting the brother to look up that word, because that's a key word, man, in this truth. It's diligent. That's a very key word. You got to be diligent. If you're not diligent, you're gonna fall off. You know, and you're more likely to be wicked if you're not diligent. But again, you can only be diligent if you keep yourself accountable. If you don't keep yourself accountable, you're not being diligent. Right? You got that word?
Yep. Diligent, constant effort to accomplish what is undertaken.
A constant effort to what?
To accomplish what is undertaken.
So when you came in this truth, the scriptures say endure, constantly endure. So you have to make a constant effort to make sure you're what does it say again?
To a constant in effort to accomplish what is undertaken.
Okay, to accomplish what is undertaken. What are we trying to accomplish? Salvation. We're
Yeah.
trying to last until the very end. I'm not trying to take the trip, so I gotta make sure I'm constantly enduring right now. Which this whole COVID-19 crisis, you know, that was a big sign. That was a big sign to everybody in the world, especially you brothers in the truth. Because now you got a taste of what it's gonna be like a little bit. You know.
That's
Anything else on there?
there's more. And directly attentive, assiduous, careful, single out, value highly, esteem, prize, love, aspire to be content. Single out is a very good one because you need to be singling out all those wicked thoughts that you have when you need to single out and get rid of them.
Yeah.
Because like he said, it keeps piling up those sins. They keep piling up until you fall out. So you gotta take care of it right away. That's why you gotta check yourself all the time, constantly.
Yeah.
You have to keep checking yourself.
Yeah.
Keep checking yourself. Okay, did I do that right? Was that the right thing I was supposed to do? Okay, go in the scriptures. Was that the right thing that I was supposed to do? If you're wrong, okay, you correct yourself and you make sure you do it right the next time.
Yeah.
Right?
Fine. Go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Or you know what? Yeah, you can end off with that. We'll end off with that.
Deuteronomy 7. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power.
Now, when you look up the word holy, it means to be separate. And the brother just finished telling you this: you need to single out your thoughts. Well, the Most High singled us out as a nation by establishing His covenant with us only. Right?
The Lord thy power hath chosen thee.
So Yahweh that power.
Yes, okay.
It's all good.
Let's start off again. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power. The Lord Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Yo, that's heavy. And we already proved that prior, seeing the scriptures that led up to that. We can see how the Most High has always chosen Israel, right? Go ahead, read to 11.
Yahweh,
Yeah, read to 11, yeah.
the Lord Yahweh did not set his love upon you.
Come on, slack it. Go straight to 11.
Okay.
And then read to 14. Slack it.
Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day to them. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if ye hearken to these judgments and keep and do them, that Yahweh,
The word hearken means to listen. Go ahead.
that the Lord Yahweh thy power shall keep unto thee the covenant and the mercy which he sware unto thy fathers.
The mercy. That's heavy, man. The mercy which he swore unto our fathers, our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? Because within this covenant is mercy. Where does the mercy and where does the mercy lie? Well, he left us a remnant. If 2/3 of Israel is wicked and they don't want to repent and they want to keep going off, well, the Most High has mercy by leaving us a remnant, beginning with Yahweh Shai first. Yahweh Shai had to buy us back so that the remnant can wake up. That's mercy, man, because through that remnant, beginning with Yahweh Shai, all of Israel is going to be saved. That is mercy, if you ask me.
Yeah, because they're going to come back in the kingdom.
Exactly.
In the right minds.
In their right minds, perfect. Because the Most High could have did away with us completely and never looked back.
And it's scary because the 2/3 of Israel don't know that.
Yeah,
They don't know that.
they're about to find out soon.
Verse 13. And he will love thee and bless thee and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb and the fruit of thy land, thy corn and thy wine and thy oil, the increase of thy kin and the flocks of thy sheep, and the land which he sware unto thy fathers to give thee.
That land, man, that land keeps coming up. That's it on that?
Yeah, that was it on that.
Okay, so you can get Deuteronomy 10 and 15. That's that land, man. We're trying to get back to Israel. So in the kingdom, that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna be a blessed nation, and we're gonna be royalty on this planet above every other nation, man. And we're gonna be the celebrities as well.
Is Deuteronomy 10?
Yeah, 10 and 15.
15. It's not good. Deuteronomy 10 and 15. Only the Lord Yahweh had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and be no more stiff-necked.
Yo, that's heavy. Circumcise, therefore, single out, right?
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yep.
Circumcise, therefore, the what?
The foreskin of your heart,
Of your heart,
which is your mind,
which is your mind, when you look up that word in the Hebrew, right? And then what does it say?
and be no more stiff-necked.
Yeah, so don't be stiff-necked, which means don't be stubborn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just really what it comes down to,
And they're stubborn. They're stubborn.
right?
For the Lord Yahweh, your power is God of gods, and Lord of Yahweh, or Salakia, and Lord of lords, a great power, a mighty and a terrible.
So, it's telling you for your sakes. It's not telling you for the Most High's sake.
Oh,
It's telling you for your sake. This man is heavy. He's a God's. He's the power of all power, the Lord of all lords. He's a terrible power. It said.
yeah, which a mighty and a terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward.
Yo, it doesn't matter. You can't pay him off. You can't blackmail him. You be in a drug cartel, the top don, right? And he got you in his cell, and he's about to kill you. You might be able to give him something worthy to save your life. You think you can do that with the Most High? Yo, he's a terrible power. He said he doesn't regard people of who they are. He doesn't care what title you are. So it doesn't matter if you're Jay-Z, if you're Michael Jordan, if you're
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
Yeah, Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. Kobe. He
Yeah.
didn't care if it was Kobe Bryant. He
care.
took him out.
Yeah, took out Michael, took out Prince.
Took out Prince, Michael.
Yeah. And there's so many. There's so many.
So many of them. So you know
More to
what?
come.
Exactly. And it's really for your sake. It's for our sakes. It benefits us to be to not to be stiff-necked and to circumcise, right, the foreskins of our heart, which is the wickedness of our mind, so that the Most High doesn't destroy us. It's for our sakes.
That's why you gotta be diligent. You gotta be diligently taking out those sins. Anytime that
Yep.
thought comes in, you gotta check yourself.
Yep.
Because as the brother just said about the cartel like trying to buy out the Most High, even let's say he tried to say, okay, Most High, I'm gonna get rid of all my riches and I'll be good. The Most High knows his thoughts, so he knows he's lied. So like you can't escape the Most High.
Yep.
You can't escape him.
Yep.
Okay. You want to read verse 18?
No, that's it. That's it. Now go to 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. Just got one more scripture and we'll be done.
Second Corinthians 6 and 17. Wherefore come Wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Which remember, be ye separate. The word separate goes back to being holy. So wherefore come up out of them and be holy, right? What makes us holy? This covenant, the contract, the scriptures. The contract's what makes us holy, right?
Saith the Lord Yahweh.
If we obey the commandments, we become holy, right?
And touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
That means listening to these heathens, celebrating Christmas, celebrating all these pagan holidays, right? New Year's Eve, committing adultery, eating pork, getting lineups.
There's so many.
There's so many. These are all unclean things. Come up out of that. And come back to the scriptures. Come back to your power, man. We only have so much time. The Most High is going to seal the elect, and that's it. You brothers out here that are out here on the fence, that's it. Yo, make your decision and go. Because the Most High is not waiting for no one, man. The clock is ticking every single day. Every single day.
You can buy back money. You can get back money, but you can't buy back time.
Exactly.
Can't buy back time.
Hence why you get regret.
Yep.
So
And
that was it on that verse?
there was verse 18. And will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Yahweh Almighty.
Con. Beautiful. So last verse is John 15 and 19. St. John.
St. John 15 and 19. If ye were of the world would love his own.
That's right.
But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world,
Right. We just read earlier, come out of them and touch not on any unclean thing.
therefore the world hateth you.
That's right. So when you start to follow these commandments, start to keep these commandments to the best of your ability, don't think it's strange when your family come up against you, man. You know what I mean? Don't think it's strange.
Oh, man.
Don't think it's strange. That's the whole point. The rest of the world is being wicked, and all of Israel is doing wicked things.
Yeah.
So when you decide to start doing righteous things, and when I say righteous thing, I mean listening or obeying the commandments of our contract to the Heavenly Father, with the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. The world's going to start hating you because they don't want that. And you know, on top of that, it shines a light on them.
Yeah. Shows you how wicked they are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which singles you out. It goes back to that word. It singles you
Yeah.
out.
Verse 20, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me,
Which is Yahweh Shai.
they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also.
Exactly. So you know what? It's not much to don't get caught up in your emotions when you're going through it. I know it's easy to do that, but go back to the scriptures and remind yourself of what you're supposed of how this is supposed to go. All right? So that's it on that.
Yep.
Okay, so with that, we're going to close up. We're going to say
Kahala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Kwam Yashala.
Kwam Yasharala.
About the ball.
About the ball.
Shalom.
Shalom.